Hey, what's up, guys? Boxing with B.
Hey, well, that's a paycheck.
All right, we're doing the handheld mic, so let's see if
everything
we don't
comes
forget.
out.
We don't forget. But anyway, so first, let's talk. This weekend we saw Lomachenko versus Commey, and then we also saw Donaire versus Gaballo.
Yeah.
Let's start with Donaire. What do you
The two
think of that
Filipino
fight?
fighters. Good fight. You know, here comes a young lion versus the old. The young lion versus the old lion.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Donaire is just always an exceptional fighter, inside and out the ring. He is the definition of what it's like to be in a gentleman's sport, you know?
Yep.
So if you guys watch, and you watch the press conferences before the fight, Gaballo forgets how to say things in English, and what does Donaire do? He just looks at him without the mic and was like, hey, tell me, well, what is it? Just tell me. And then he translates for him like, whatever. It's like he's translating what this guy is saying that he's going to do to him in the ring.
Donaire when he was small.
Yeah.
He came back to fight him.
Yeah.
So the old lion still has it. He still has the power.
I think Donaire is one of those fighters that if you count him out because you think, oh, I don't know him, he's older, this and that. No. Donaire showed it when he fought Inoue. I think the Inoue fight for a lot of people broke Donaire in their eyes. They think Donaire's done. But I think, look at it. He went in there, he stepped in the ring with Inoue, put on a great performance. Yes, he lost, but he didn't go down without a fight.
No, he hurt Inoue. He did hurt him. So,
and Inoue even says that too. He basically said like, he's a champion, and I think he won the Muhammad Ali award on that night.
And then you know what Inoue said? You know what? You were here to win the. He gave him.
He let him take it home to go teach it. Tell his kids like he lost.
Yeah, but it's still here. I brought the trophy home.
Yeah. So Donaire, never count him out. We saw that in the ring. I thought, you know what? I even told you, I'm like, is this the new kid that's going to come out of the Philippines?
Wow.
And he looked like he had the potential. He had the speed. He had the footwork. He was very alert. He was moving with it.
He needs a lot to learn still.
He does.
He needs a lot to learn.
He does. But that body shot that Donaire landed. Donaire, to me, facial wise, he's starting to look older.
Yep.
But in the ring, oh my gosh. Okay, this is another thing to take about him is he didn't have a trainer in his corner.
Not no more. His wife is his trainer. He's like he said, I'm an old dog that knows everything. You can't teach me nothing new.
That is so crazy because
you cannot teach me nothing new. He had his cut man. Who was his cut man? His father.
Dad. So, and then his wife was actually his strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
So he was kind of his own thing. Like, he had his team there for backup, but at the same time, he, like you said, he went into the ring, did his thing in between rounds. He just sat there and, got himself together. But from the outside looking in, a lot of fighters, they'll say things like, I don't, my corner knows best. They look out for me, things like that. What if, let's say this kid went in there and put on a great performance, started really damaging Donaire? What do you think?
That's when I think Donaire might have something, but I still think you need an experienced trainer. Someone who could see something that you didn't see. Someone like the great Emmanuel Stewart. He saw something always.
Yeah.
He brought fighters back to be champions. There's a reason why you need a trainer. I know he's doing great. He fought a good fighter, but Inoue is a totally different animal. Totally different animal.
I mean, Donaire wants that rematch.
Oh, he wants it.
And I think he'll give us a great fight too. But Inoue, like you said, he's just hungry, up and coming, and he just every time he goes in there, he's just exceptional.
Yeah, he has power too. He has a good trainer. Like I said, Donaire's good. I still think he should get a trainer. An experienced guy. Get an older guy.
You think maybe he should just go back with Robert?
I think he should go back to Robert.
But you know what? I think if he was to have been put in that position where someone needed to jump in and save him, I think his dad would have taken charge and been like, I'm throwing the towel in.
Yeah, but there's always that one. Yeah, that's true. There's always that one point that
a fighter, was up in his corner always.
A fighter might think he still has it when he's getting really hurt and doesn't want to go down because he hasn't been down. The guys, it's always good to throw in a towel.
I'm glad you said that because that kind of leads us into the next fight, which is Lomachenko versus Commey. That was a great fight. I think Loma, I will say this, Loma, I can't take anything away from him. He goes in there and constantly shows us why, we call him Nomaschenko, why he's still at the top.
Yeah.
But I do think that age is starting to catch up to him a little bit. Like, he's still fast. He still has the footwork.
Still elusive.
But he does take a few more shots than he should.
Well, it's okay. He's still there. I want to see him fight. I want him to see him fight. I want him to go see fight that guy that has about, what's his name? The guy that beat Lopez.
Oh,
Cambosos. I want him to fight him. See what happens. And then David Haney's there too.
Yeah. But let's focus on this fight right here. So Loma versus Commey, I think we know Commey has power.
Yes, he
And
does.
we know Commey is experienced. And the whole fight, he was trying to fight,
he was trying to look. He was trying to look for that punch, and he was trying to hit a guy that was too elusive. I think he got hit. Yeah, he got some good hits and get some good pointers, but
And
nothing.
Loma's footwork was really starting to show as
Yeah.
every time he would pivot and get around, and even Commey would be like, where'd he go?
Where'd
Where'd
he
he go?
go?
But one thing that I want to focus on is like, how how you're saying that everyone has their corner and their corner jumps in for them. They know their fighter,
Yeah.
or at least they should. In this fight, I think this is one of the first times that we've ever seen something like that. I mean, for me at least, Loma's in the fight. He drops Commey. Commey is hurt. It's not like it was just a knockdown and he's like, okay. No, his legs were still not there. So he drops him and he tells the corner, stop the fight. It's like, what? And then the corner doesn't stop it. So what does he do? He puts the pressure on. And when he puts the pressure on, Comey's back leg starts to go. It starts to look like he's going to fall again. And Loma doesn't capitalize on this. He doesn't jump on him to go and finish.
I don't think Lomachenko wanted to hurt him or finish him off. He knew he was hurt. He just left him alone. He let him regain his composure.
Literally stopped going at him, looked at the corner and said, stop the fight. Stop the fight. And they didn't stop it. But you know what? Like you said, every trainer kind of knows their fighter. In this case, I mean, they didn't stop the fight. They could have, but they didn't. And it did go the 12 rounds.
Yeah.
But like you said, it looked like Loma kind of held back a little bit. He didn't want to finish him. He already knew he had the fight
He
won.
could have got him bad and knocked him out really bad, and where it hurts a fighter that he won't be back the same.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what? Richard Commey must be such a nice guy outside the ring and in the ring, because not only Loma, but Teofimo, when he knocked out Commey at the end, even though we saw a showboating Teofimo, what did he say? He goes, I hate that it had to be him. And he's like, and I told him, like, man, I hate that it had to be you. And it's like, I want to know what Richard Commey is like outside the ring, that he has such a respect from these fighters that even when they're in the ring, Lomachenko stopping and not finishing him like he could have. He could have been like, what is it called? When you smell blood in the water, like a shark kind of thing, and you go at him and you finish him. He didn't do that.
Nope.
And we know that he could have, because he hurt him. He dropped him. He gets back up. He continues. Lomachenko says, stop the fight. They don't stop the fight. He puts on the pressure. And what do we see again? Now Commey, his back leg's going. He looks like he's going to touch the canvas again. And instead of applying the pressure, he pulled back a little bit.
It looked like he backed off. He let him back in the fight.
And even earlier in the fight, they were going at it. And, Commey really respected Loma.
Yeah.
So he didn't go in too crazy. But at one point, he went, bell's going to ring. Go back to your corner. Stay there.
Yeah, he did. He stopped. Loma knew he had this kid. That's about it.
So it's just one of those. We saw the exceptional Lomachenko again. I don't know if you guys agree or not. Let us know below. Do you guys think that Loma looked the same? Do you think he's still in the top fighters?
I think he is. He's still.
I would agree with you. I think he is as well. Let us know what you guys think. Lomachenko says he'll go to Australia to fight Kambosos.
That's a money fight right there.
And
Kambosos
he
wants that
even
money.
said,
There it is.
If God presents him with this opportunity, he feels blessed for it about it. So
and then he'll have all the belts and go after Haney and take his belt too and undisputed.
I think that would be a great fight, because Kambosos, he has a heart of a warrior. We saw him in there. We saw him go and exchange and not be scared to touch the canvas. And like he said, he is undefeated, but he's not scared to take a loss, which means he's going to go in there and give us a great fight.
Yeah, he will.
He already demonstrated it with Teofimo.
Yep.
So Loma versus Kambosos, I will tune into.
Yep.
And even if it's in Australia, I think Australian fans are so hardcore that they'll go for their Australian fighter. But Lomachenko is just so likable too.
And he'll have a lot of people. I think he'll have a lot of people there too going for Loma.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see. Let us know what you guys think. What did you guys watch both fights? What are your thoughts on Donaire? Do you guys still count him as, a top fighter?
And tell us what you think if you were watching all those fights with ESPN and stuff, see what you think about Tyson Fury and Usyk outside there taking pictures and all that.
Hey, real quick, guys, if you guys didn't watch that, there was a part where Tyson Fury showed up to sing to Bob Arum because it was his birthday. And who was in attendance? Usyk was in attendance.
And when he went out there to take a picture, Fury went to go take a picture with Bob Arum right in the background. Boom, Usyk was showing and people were yelling, Usyk, Usyk. But Fury had the best thing. He's a little man. I eat little guys like him.
Yeah, when they asked him, "What do you think about Alexander Usyk? He's here in the arena or whatever," and then he's like, oh, he's a little boy. It's like, oh my gosh,
I love
that'll
Usyk.
make for a great fight.
I love Usyk, but I think Fury has your number. I could
You
be
know
wrong,
what?
but Fury is a great champion.
I don't want to get you started on your whole Canelo rants, but I am pretty sure I saw something that said Usyk is willing to meet Canelo at a catchweight, as long as it doesn't mean that he loses his heavyweight titles, because he said he still wants to go back there. An Usyk versus Canelo fight. How do you see that turning out?
I see that turning out that Canelo they'll be testing for Olympic testing, and he'll have something in his blood because he would have to get too much bigger to fight Usyk.
But it would be at cruiserweight, and that's what he was going to.
Yeah, but still, I think there's like everybody
Like a
else
catchweight.
in the boxing community knows Canelo is on something. They hide it pretty good. I'll give him that credit, but nah.
I mean, it's come out once
Floyd
before.
Mayweather said it. A lot of other people that are boxing commentators, they all say it. I'm sorry.
Let us know what you guys think.
That'd be a great fight still, too. That'd be a great fight. I would love to see that fight. I would love to see Usyk knock his ass out. Simple as that.
I mean, I said I didn't want to get him on the rant, but I guess I asked for it by asking the question there. But let us know what you guys think on this whole thing. I know I gave you guys a whole bunch of fights to talk about, but even if you want to finish it here, maybe you don't agree with him on the whole Canelo thing, let us know below.
Hit the like. Subscribe.
Oh, like. I thought you said like for a minute.
No.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. I'm waiting for it. Lights out.